Hi, fourth graders. Yesterday in science, you did a little exploration on how our brain works. You used a piece of paper and noticed how kind of our eyes tricked our brain a little bit, but then our brain thought a little bit and corrected itself. So today we're going to do a little activity to kind of test the speed of our brain. So let's go ahead and get started.
In today's activity, you and a partner are going to do an experiment called Think Fast. This experiment lets you measure how fast your brain can see something happening and then react to it. Here's the setup. A partner will hold a ruler between your fingers like this. Then, without any warning, your partner will drop the ruler, and you have to try to grab onto it. To figure out how fast you were, you'll look to see what centimeter mark is right by your thumb when you grab it. Now, a low number, like 8, means your reaction time was really fast. You caught the ruler before it had time to fall very far. But a high number, like 19, means you had a slower reaction time. So, how fast do you think your brain can react? I'll show you what to do now, step by step. Find a partner to work with. Decide who will be the dropper and who will be the catcher. And don't worry, you'll switch jobs later. When you're done with this step, press the arrow on the right.
Today you are going to be working with a partner. So you will need to find someone at home that can work with you, either a parent or a brother or sister, aunt, uncle, or a grandparent, whoever's at home with you today. If you can't find someone right now during this school day, go ahead and wait till this evening. I want you to finish the video so you can watch it all the way through, but you can do the activity this later on this evening. Your partner doesn't have to do the activity. They're just going to be the dropper. So you'll be the only person doing the catching. So you won't switch jobs. You'll just be the catcher. Okay?
Get your supplies. Here's what each group needs.
The page that you are getting is going to be in your science packet. So I just opened my science packet, and it's towards the back. It's about the third or fourth page from the back. You'll need this page and a ruler. Okay?
Look at your ruler. Notice how one edge shows inches and the other edge shows centimeters. For this experiment, you'll be using the centimeter side. Before you begin the experiment, we're going to show you an example of how to do it. But don't do anything yet, just watch. Okay, catcher, you'll rest your hand off the table like this. Dropper, you'll hold the ruler up and then you'll drop it. Catcher, you'll try to catch it. You got it? Okay, now that you know what you'll be doing, go to the next step.
The reason we need you to have a partner like a dropper is because if you're dropping and catching at the same time, you know when you're going to let go. So you're going to probably catch it a little bit faster. And we want to make sure that you don't know when it's coming, so your reflexes and your reaction has to catch it as fast as you can.
Now there are 2 rules you have to follow to keep the experiment fair. They're written right here on the handout, but I'll also talk through them right now. Rule number 1. The dropper has to hold the ruler so that the 1 centimeter mark is between the catcher's fingers. Only then can you drop the ruler. Rule number 2. The catcher can't move their fingers or touch the ruler until they see the ruler drop. If they do what the person in the video is doing, that's cheating. Okay, now that you know the rules, go to the next step and you'll start the experiment. Now try the experiment. P.S. Catcher, hold on to the ruler after you catch it, like that, so that you can check the number of centimeters. After every catcher has had a chance to catch the ruler once, you can move on to the next step. Catcher, read off the number where you caught it. Dropper, write it on their handout. The smaller the number, the faster you're reacting.
On your paper, it says trial 1, trial 2, and trial 3. Trial just means the time you do it. So the first time, the second time, the third time.
Now do 2 more trials. Then switch jobs and let the other person do their 3 trials. Don't forget to fill out your experiment sheets as you go.
If your partner at home wants to try it, they can, but they don't have to.
Figure out your fastest reaction time using this chart at the bottom of your experiment sheet. This chart converts the number of centimeters into the time. Once you figure it out, circle the award for your fastest time. Discuss these questions as a class.
I want you to talk with your partner. Did anything surprise you about this experiment? What changes did you notice when you repeated the experiment? Was your time faster the third time than it was the first or the second time? Why do you think it might have been faster?
So your partner dropped the ruler, and you could see it dropping the instant they let go of it. But come on, why weren't you able to grab it right away? You might have realized it's because it takes time for all these things to happen. It takes time for messages to travel through your nerves. Think about all the things your brain had to do during that experiment. Here's the ruler you had to grab. And this is you, stripped down to just your brain and your eye nerves and your arm nerves. So when your partner dropped the ruler, your eyes saw that and then sent that information to the brain. Then your brain had to realize what it was seeing and send a message down your neck, through your arm, all the way down to your finger muscles, saying, grab it. Even though it feels like you should be able to do all of this immediately, it's always going to take a little time for all these steps to happen. Even if that time is just a little tiny part of a second. It's not instant. Now maybe you noticed that the catcher got better with practice, like you got faster on your third try than you were on your first try. When you make a movement over and over, your eyes and nerves and brain get better at it. But no matter how good you get at something, it will always take some time for your eyes to tell your brain to tell your hand to move. In fact, it's been said that if you use a dollar bill or any paper money instead of a ruler, if you held it and dropped it from the center like this, watch, almost no one on Earth is fast enough to grab it by the time it falls. You should definitely try this out sometime. So we've seen now 3 of the brain's really important jobs. 1, it takes in information that it gets from your senses. 2, it makes decisions about that information, or in other words, it thinks. And 3, it controls the pulling of your muscles to make your body move. And there's even more that the brain does. Like it stores all your memories across your whole life. And it's also the organ involved with your emotions, like happiness, sadness, anger, and so on. But that's another topic. You've seen today that we can at least get some understanding of how the brain works just by giving it certain tests, like the hole in the hand illusion, the word color test, and the ruler reaction time test. But so much about the brain and how it works still remains a mystery. Questions like, why do we dream? And how are our memories stored? There's so much to be solved, and hopefully someday, some scientist will crack some of these great secrets about the brain. Maybe that future scientist is even sitting in the room, right there with you. Will the scientist to solve these mysteries be you? Stay curious, and see you next mystery.
After you do the activity with the ruler and finish watching this video, I want you to try that dollar bill. Can you catch the dollar bill?